Is this the beginning of a major shift in BTS's history? Why did Jungkook suddenly make a shocking announcement about his project outside BTS? And why did Taehyung appear so emotional that he offered an apology he had never expressed before? Meanwhile, HYBE Entertainment, the agency that has always overseen BTS, chose not to say a single word. What is really behind the silence of a company known to be very vocal when its artists are involved in issues? This incident didn't only shake the ARMY community, but also became a headline in global entertainment media. No one expected that at such a critical time, Jungkook would take a different path, and Taehyung would come forward with a tone of regret. Is this a sign of division? Was Jungkook's decision triggered by internal conflict that's been simmering beneath the surface? And why is HYBE choosing to keep its mouth shut? The announcement was delivered directly by Jungkook in an exclusive interview with a top international media outlet. There was no prior agenda, no leaks from any party. But in the session that lasted only 18 minutes, Jungkook shook the K-pop world with a firm statement. "I will pursue a personal project that is not affiliated with BTS or HYBE." That sentence instantly trended within minutes. Even the platform X, formerly Twitter, briefly crashed due to the surge in searches for the keyword Jungkook working outside BTS. The world seemed to stop for a moment when Jungkook said this was a decision he had long considered. He didn't specify the nature of the project, but hinted that it would be a major international collaboration, possibly involving the non-Korean entertainment industry. Many suspect the project is tied to Hollywood or international music labels that have long eyed Jungkook for his extraordinary talent. But what truly stunned the public wasn't just the decision, but Taehyung's response, who soon appeared in a personal live stream with a somber face and a heavy voice. In that emotional moment, Taehyung said, "If there's a decision that hurts someone, maybe it's because something was left unfinished. I'm sorry, especially to Jungkook." That sentence instantly led many fans to speculate there was a personal conflict between the two that had long been hidden behind the spotlight and grand stages. Since that day, shockwaves haven't stopped. ARMY began digging through old clips between Jungkook and Taehyung, video recordings, concert interactions, and past interview statements that suddenly now feel differently interpreted. Many fans recall that their relationship was once touted as the closest and strongest in BTS. But now, Jungkook's blank expression and Taehyung's held-back tears seem to confirm that something more than a personal project is going on. Even more pressing is the major question lingering in the public's mind. Why hasn't HYBE issued any clarification? In a situation where public opinion is divided, HYBE's silence raises more questions than answers. As a major agency known for tight communication control and strong media strategy, this silence is suspicious. Are they drafting an official statement? Or were they also blindsided by Jungkook's decision and don't want to stir further chaos? Some insiders in the industry revealed that Jungkook's decision had indeed been discussed for a while, but the agency wasn't ready to announce it out of concern it would damage BTS's overall image. Even some K-pop analysts claim that this decision could mark a pivotal shakeup of BTS's internal structure if not handled carefully. The situation becomes even more complicated with rumors that Jungkook has been feeling increasingly uncomfortable under HYBE's management pressure, especially in creative decision-making. In recent years, fans have also noticed that Jungkook expresses himself more freely through live streams and personal projects than in group activities. Taehyung's emotional statement also raises a new question. Was he involved in the conflict? Or does he feel guilty for being unable to prevent Jungkook's decision? Was there an argument between them that was never public? More surprisingly, none of the other members, RM, Jimin, Jin, J-Hope, and Suga, made any comments. Usually, they are quick to show open support for each other's projects. This time, not one of them expressed support or even reposted Jungkook's announcement. This has led netizens to speculate that the situation is far more complicated than imagined. IT didn't stop there. Fans discovered that a few days before Jungkook's announcement, Taehyung posted a cryptic message on his social media that read, "Someone will leave before we realize it." The post was deleted in minutes, but screenshots had already circulated widely. Now that message is seen as either a form of regret or a foreshadowing of an inevitable separation. Major media outlets have started linking this event to the possibility of BTS's gradual disbandment. Although there's been no official statement indicating a breakup, the fact that a member like Jungkook is taking such a big step without agency or group involvement is a strong signal that the BTS era we know may never be the same. Some observers even call this moment the silent storm of BTS, a quiet storm that slowly but surely strikes. Especially with HYBE's glaring silence, many worry about deeper conflicts behind the scenes. Is HYBE putting too much pressure on the BTS members through contracts and expectations? Or is this purely Jungkook's desire to find himself beyond BTS's shadow? Fans, though shocked, mostly showed full support for Jungkook's decision while still hoping that the members' relationships remain intact. On the other hand, some ARMYs were disappointed at the lack of clear explanation from management. Other rumors have surfaced. Jungkook is said to be collaborating with world-class international artists, including big names like Billie Eilish, Justin Bieber, and top producer Max Martin. If true, this project is not only large-scale, but maybe the start of Jungkook's global solo career transformation that could shake the music industry. In this uncertain situation, many can only wait. Wait for HYBE's official statement. Wait for clarification from other members. Wait for updates on Jungkook's project. And, of course, wait to see if the emotional wound between Jungkook and Taehyung can truly heal. But after various speculations, independent investigations from trusted media, and additional clarification from internal sources, all these puzzles began to come together. And the conclusion is both shocking and relieving. The news about Jungkook reportedly working outside BTS, Taehyung's emotional apology, and HYBE's silence is simply not true. Everything is the result of public misunderstanding, excessive interpretation of video clips, and the mass narrative pushed through social media rapidly and widely. Many of the video clips that spread were cut and manipulated out of context. Jungkook did mention doing personal projects, but in the full interview, he clearly stated that all of those projects remain under HYBE's management and are not about leaving BTS. In fact, those projects had been discussed with the agency long ago and had the full blessing of the other BTS members. Likewise, Taehyung's statement, which went viral due to its tone of guilt, was actually part of a routine live interaction with fans, where he was discussing entirely different matters, his feelings about being too busy with military service to attend some of BTS's key events. The line, "I'm sorry especially to Jungkook," wasn't about a conflict, but about his absence from a recent personal session Jungkook had. Unfortunately, the clip was cut and circulated without context, shaping a completely different narrative. HYBE had actually issued an official response via a written statement, but since it wasn't delivered publicly via press conference or video, many fans missed it. The statement clarified that BTS members' solo projects are part of a strategic career plan crafted long ago. There was no indication of division, conflict, or shocking decisions as speculated across social media. Senior K-pop journalists and industry analysts also came forward to correct the narrative. They confirmed that individual projects like Jungkook's are normal and had long been planned. The international entertainment industry even views this as a strategy to expand BTS's global reach during their military service period. So concluding that this was a step away from BTS is completely baseless and mistaken. The absence of comments from other members like RM, Jimin, Jin, J-Hope, and Suga was also clarified. Due to military schedules and restricted environments, not all of them could respond publicly. It wasn't because they didn't support him. It simply wasn't feasible. In fact, a few days later, Jimin liked Jungkook's latest post, seen as quiet support amid the noise. This incident reflects how quickly and broadly misinformation can spread in the digital age. Social media, while powerful in uniting fans, can also spread disinformation if used carelessly. Overinterpretation of fragments without full context is one of the main causes of this chaos. Emotions and overwhelming love for idols can make fans susceptible to dramatic narratives without verifying the truth. The mass panic triggered by this false narrative had a huge psychological impact on many armies, especially longtime fans. Fear of division, disappointment with the agency, and confusion about the members' behavior all surfaced just from a manipulated narrative. This serves as a reminder, in a fast-moving world, verifying information is key to preserving collective sanity. Now that the facts and clarifications are out, armies can finally breathe. Jungkook is still with BTS. Taehyung is not in conflict with him. And HYBE is not hiding any big internal drama. On the contrary, all BTS members, including Jungkook and Taehyung, are in a well-prepared process of strengthening the group's future post-military service. This story should serve as an important lesson. Not everything that goes viral is true, and not every emotion on screen reflects real conflict. BTS remains solid, and as Jungkook said in his follow-up clarification, "I will always be part of this family. I'm just expanding my steps, not leaving anyone behind." And with that, the shocking news that once rocked the K-pop world turns out to be nothing more than a false narrative, quickly believed. Now is the time to look ahead, with hope, with logic, and with mature love.